Has your boss ever shown up at your front door? 1. Yes, she did. 2 weeks prior, I had delivered my stillborn son at full term. I was heartbroken, and everything felt heavy and difficult. One Tuesday, just after 10 a.m., my boss showed up at my door with 2 cups of coffee and 2 donuts. I let her in, and we sat in the living room with my dog, barely speaking. After half an hour, she left, leaving me with some leaflets about occupational health and my rights to time off following a stillbirth. The following Tuesday, she showed up again, 2 coffees, 2 donuts. She suggested we take the dog for a walk. We chatted about nothing in particular, with plenty of silences that didn't feel awkward. She stayed for an hour, leaving me some lunch in the fridge with a note telling me to eat it. This Tuesday ritual continued for 6 months. She missed maybe 2 or 3 weeks, but every time she showed up, she brought coffee and no expectations of me. Gradually, the silences became conversations. Sometimes we talked about the birth and cried. Sometimes we talked about nothing much. Her kindness made my transition back to work significantly easier. She became a friend, not just my manager, and I will always be grateful for the time and effort she gave me during my lowest point. 2. Yes, my father was dying of a brain tumor and was in his final days. I was overwhelmed and breaking down. I hadn't called out of work, I just shut down. One day, my father needed to go to the hospital for post-surgery work. I heard the doorbell. It was my boss. He came to take my dad to the hospital himself, instructing me to stay home and gather myself. He stayed with my dad in the hospital for over 24 hours until I could take over. Best boss ever 3. Yes, the day after I came home from rehab for my recently operated on